Welcome back to the English Daily Podcast. I'm Anna, and I'm here with my co-host Jake. Today we're talking about something incredibly simple but powerful, journaling. Have you ever kept a journal, Jake?
Hey Anna. I actually tried keeping a journal a few times. I'd start with lots of enthusiasm in January, write for about 3 days, and then, nothing. The notebook would end up in a drawer somewhere. Why is it so hard to keep up with journaling?
That's such a common experience. Let's start with a key vocabulary word, consistency. Consistency means doing something regularly, not giving up after a few days. Many people struggle with consistency in journaling because they think they need to write long, beautiful entries every day. But the truth is, even 5 minutes of writing can be powerful.
So you're saying I don't need to write a novel every day? That's a relief. Let's talk about the word reflection. Reflection means thinking deeply about your experiences, feelings, and thoughts. When you journal, you're basically having a conversation with yourself. You're reflecting on your day, your goals, your worries. It's like a mental cleanup.
Exactly. And here's another useful word, clarity. Clarity means being able to see something clearly, without confusion. When you write down your thoughts, they become more organized. You might start your journal entry feeling confused or stressed, but after writing for 10 minutes, you feel a sense of clarity. The messy thoughts in your head become clear sentences on paper.
I love that. Let me share a vocabulary tip for our listeners. The word gratitude means feeling thankful or appreciative. Many people use journals specifically for gratitude. They write down 3 things they're grateful for every day. Research shows that practicing gratitude can actually make you happier and more optimistic. It trains your brain to notice the positive things in life instead of focusing only on problems.
That's a great point. Let's talk about different types of journaling. There's the traditional diary where you write about your day. There's a gratitude journal, like Jake mentioned. There's also a bullet journal, which is more organized and uses lists and symbols. And there's something called stream of consciousness writing, where you just write whatever comes to your mind without stopping to edit or judge yourself. The key word there is uncensored, meaning free and not held back.
Stream of consciousness is a wonderful phrase. Consciousness means your awareness, everything you're thinking and feeling. So stream of consciousness writing is like opening a tap and letting all your thoughts flow out. It's very freeing because you don't worry about grammar, spelling, or making sense. You just write. This is actually excellent practice for English learners because it helps you think in English without translating from your native language.
That's a fantastic tip for our listeners. When you write in English without stopping to check every word, you build fluency. Fluency means the ability to express yourself smoothly and easily. If you're learning English, try keeping a journal in English for just 5 minutes a day. Don't worry about mistakes. Just write. Over time, you'll notice your writing becomes more natural and your vocabulary expands.
Let's talk about another important word, perspective. Perspective means your point of view or the way you see a situation. When you write about a problem in your journal, you can see it from a different perspective. Maybe you had an argument with a friend. Writing about it helps you understand both sides. You might realize, oh, maybe I was too harsh, or I see now why they were upset. Journaling gives you emotional distance from your problems.
Emotional distance, that's a great phrase. It means stepping back from your feelings so you can see them more objectively. When emotions are very strong, they can cloud our judgment. Cloud our judgment is an idiom. It means your ability to make good decisions becomes unclear, like a cloudy sky. Writing helps clear those clouds.
Let me teach another useful idiom, to get something off your chest. This means to talk about something that's been bothering you, so you feel relief. Journaling is the perfect way to get things off your chest without burdening anyone else. You can write about your worries, your frustrations, your secrets. The paper never judges you. It's like having a therapist that costs nothing.
That's a great comparison. Now, let's talk about the science behind journaling. Studies show that expressive writing about your deepest thoughts and feelings, can improve your immune system, reduce stress, and even help you sleep better. The word immune system refers to your body's defense against illness. When you're stressed, your immune system gets weaker. Journaling reduces stress, which helps your body stay healthy.
Wow, so journaling is basically medicine. But let's address something practical. Many of our listeners might think, I don't know what to write about. Here's a practical tip: use prompts. A prompt is a question or idea that gives you a starting point. For example, what made me smile today, or what's one thing I learned this week, or what challenge am I facing right now? Prompts make journaling much easier because you don't have to start from nothing.
Great suggestion. Let's give our listeners a few more useful prompts. Try this one: if I could give advice to my younger self, what would I say? Or what am I worrying about that I can't control? Or describe a memory that makes me feel warm and happy. These prompts help you explore different parts of your life and emotions. The word explore here means to examine or investigate, like an explorer discovering new territory.
I love the idea of exploring your own mind. Here's another word: cathartic. This is a wonderful word. Cathartic means providing a release of strong emotions. Crying can be cathartic. Laughing can be cathartic. And writing in a journal can be deeply cathartic. You might have a page where you're angry, and by the end, you feel peaceful. That's catharsis.
Let's wrap up with some practical tips for starting a journaling habit. First, keep it simple. You don't need a fancy notebook. Any notebook or even a digital app will work. Second, start small. Write for just 2 or 3 minutes. Third, don't judge your writing. It doesn't need to be beautiful or profound. It just needs to be honest. And fourth, be consistent. Try to write at the same time every day, like right after breakfast or before bed.
Excellent advice. Let me summarize the key vocabulary we covered today. We had consistency, doing something regularly. Reflection, thinking deeply about your experiences. Clarity, seeing things clearly. Gratitude, being thankful. Fluency, expressing yourself smoothly. Perspective, your point of view. Cathartic, providing emotional release. And 2 useful idioms: cloud your judgment and get something off your chest.
Great recap. And for our English learners, here's your homework: try writing in English for 5 minutes today. Use one of our prompts. Don't worry about mistakes. Just write. You'll build fluency, vocabulary, and self-awareness all at the same time. Journaling is truly a superpower for language learning and mental health.
Let me add one more vocabulary word: introspection. Introspection means examining your own thoughts and feelings. It comes from the Latin words intro, meaning inward, and spectare, meaning to look. So introspection literally means looking inward. Journaling is a tool for introspection. It helps you understand yourself better. And self-understanding is the foundation of personal growth and emotional intelligence.
That's beautifully said. Here's another concept: habit stacking. This is a technique where you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already drink coffee every morning, you can stack your journaling habit onto that. You say, after I pour my coffee, I will write for 5 minutes. The existing habit reminds you to do the new habit. It's much easier than trying to remember to journal on its own.
Habit stacking is genius. Let's also talk about the word resilience. Resilience means the ability to bounce back from difficulties. When you journal regularly, you actually build resilience. You start to see patterns in your life. You realize, last time I faced a similar challenge, I got through it. I can get through this too. Writing about your past successes gives you strength for current challenges.
And one more idiom for our listeners: to clear your mind. This means to remove confusing or distracting thoughts so you can think more clearly. Journaling is one of the best ways to clear your mind. It's like decluttering a messy room, but for your brain. You take all the scattered thoughts and put them on paper. Suddenly, your mind feels lighter and more organized.
Let me share a final practical tip for absolute beginners. The 2-minute rule. If you're struggling to start, tell yourself you'll only write for 2 minutes. Anyone can write for 2 minutes, right? Often, once you start, you'll keep going. But even if you stop after 2 minutes, that's a success. You built the habit. The next day, 2 minutes again. Slowly, you increase. This is how habits are built, through small, consistent actions, not through dramatic overnight changes.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the English Daily Podcast on YouTube. Share it with a friend who's also learning English. And leave us a comment. Tell us, do you keep a journal? What do you write about? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Keep writing, keep learning, and keep growing. This is Anna and Jake signing off. See you next time.